Yo, everybody. If you're watching this, welcome. Hello. What's up? This is Preston Buys.
This is Ryder Eva.
And this is how to run.
Baby. We're back.
Check the mic. Check. Yeah, we're back. Podcasting. Just starts off. I think we're trying to do this once a week, but that means I will probably do it once every few weeks.
We kind of guarantee that's not going to happen, but we're going to try, which means maybe once every other week, which is still good.
But it's still good, yeah. We do live together, so we have a good chance for that. Anywho, yeah, we just kind of wanted to get things rolling. As long as we have a new season coming ahead, we want to talk about a few things, talk about rankings from the past, what's the future look like, and all sorts of fun stuff.
Also, if you're listening to this, it's on YouTube, and if you're on YouTube, it's also on Spotify.
And if you're on YouTube, you're going to watch us play some rummy because we want to kind of hang out, play some cards a little bit while we're doing this. But yeah, Ryder, I mean, what's our first topic of the day?
We have rankings and new teams. Well, actually, I'll just give a rundown of kind of what the whole podcast will be. I mean, we have some things written down. We have rankings. We're going to talk about some new teams. ATX tournament is coming up. This is currently being filmed on the Monday before the tournament. So we're going to talk about ATX and I don't even know who's playing, so I'll have to find the Fuego link for that or something.
I mean, we can just speculate based off of the few teams we do know who are going.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, we don't need to go through a whole roster.
Yeah, and then I'm sure we'll go off on tangents and talk about things that we don't plan to talk about, but that's what a podcast is. Isn't this called the Eavesdrop podcast?
Yeah, you're supposed to hang out and eavesdrop.
Or are we calling this something different now?
No, this is Eavesdrop.
Yeah.
It's Eavesdrop. Eavesdrop. Round 2. Season 2, Chapter 2. Same exact 2 guys. Yeah.
Well, first of all, welcome back. You were just in Virginia.
Oh.
Virginia?
Yes, I was just in Virginia.
How was
and
that?
Mexico and Texas and everywhere. It was good. It was definitely, I treat it as kind of my start to the 2022 season. I got to play in a tournament. I got to run a clinic. But
you haven't run a clinic in a while. How was that? Did you remember how to do things? Think of new things? Did you?
Yeah, no, honestly, it was good. I felt like, you can take your cards, by the way. I felt really good. I mean, it was good to be back in the Roundnet community. I always preach, obviously, that it's the best community on earth, and it's held true this weekend. Rob Lesueur of Norfolk Roundnet is a freaking gangster. We had a ton of fun. He's super passionate about it, so it was just kind of fun to see a up-and-coming Roundnet community have me out. Don't show me. Jesus Christ. No way. Who shuffled these?
I don't know.
Anyway, no, but it was good. And then playing my Achilles right now are kind of messed up a little bit, as you know. But it was fun. It was good. It was definitely fun to be out there. Definitely learned some new things, like you just said. I know I told you that before, but yeah. So
that kind of happens. Whenever you play, you just, even if it's not learning new things, it's thinking about new things, new ways to do certain things, which is, I mean, that's the fun part of the sport, is learning new ways to do things.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, just teaching. You run across people who have different weird habits that you have to fix, and then you have to come up with a new solution to their problems, which I like, honestly, almost more than playing. I mean, I've been a coach forever.
Did you get the tingly feeling at all this weekend?
Dude, yeah. This
explain what the tingly feeling is.
So for coaching, just any sport, this is hey, whoa, you already
did I go? Oh.
Yeah. You gotta discard. For anybody who's ever been a coach before, I mean, it's kind of like the light bulb moment that students have, and they understand something that happens in sports, obviously. But whenever someone does anything like exceptionally good, or I tell them something and then instant feedback happens, it's just super cool. I'll be like, oh, hit a ball like this, and they'll go from hitting at my shoulder height to hitting at my knee height all of a sudden, and they look at me like, just like a happy little freaking puppy, like, yo! And sometimes I get goosebumps, and sometimes if it's super good, it's full body. If it's pretty good, it's half my body, or sometimes just my nipples, but that's beside the point. But I mean, with Ryder, it happened all the time, but it's just something at this point a lot of people know. There was a kid who, was like, I gave him goosebumps, and he already knew, just because he heard through the grapevine. But yeah, no, there was a bunch of people who gave me goosebumps this weekend, which was super cool. So
I gave you goosebumps when you taught me? You never talked about goosebumps when you were teaching me.
No, that's because I couldn't give you all the love. I already told you were going to be the number one player in the world, which you are.
Come on.
Look, it's Ryder right there, guys. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It is super cool. I mean, honestly, even when I said it, obviously I was like, yeah, sure, I totally believe it. But also, there was a large part of me that was like, huh, I could be wrong and I could just be blowing smoke. But no, I mean, you learn faster than anybody ever. And you just took to it and you showed a genuine interest. So it was definitely a bold prediction. But
you can't just put 2 cards down.
Yeah, I run it off you.
Oh, dang. Okay.
No, it's a bold prediction, but obviously, here we are and it's well deserved.
Well, I attribute. I'll give you a good 69% to you.
I'll take 60. You know me. I was thinking 75, but 69% is better, as you all know. So
realistically, maybe 75, but
69. 69. Yeah. Perfect. I'll take 69.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you were a huge part in my. I mean, you've been a huge part in my Roundnet success, if you will. But
yeah.
you've been a huge part in a lot of people's Roundnet success throughout the years, and I think that's something interesting that people might not know is how influential you as a person is, or HTR as a whole is, which is a lot of you,
yeah.
spilling your secrets.
Speaking your seed.
How does it feel being not like overrun, but like, there's like a new kind of era of Roundnet that you birthed in a way, partly. How does that feel? Or
no, I mean,
are you bummed to be, because Preston was ranked number 9, which still top 10.
It is what it is.
We'll take what we can get.
Yeah, take what we get.
You also didn't play very much this season, and you didn't.
No, and we didn't do exceptionally well.
Yeah.
So,
but I don't know. Talk about maybe the. Because I
no,
feel like
I get
everyone.
where your head's at. Yeah.
A lot of people on the top 10 right now that have been influenced by Preston.
Yeah. No, I mean, obviously, when I first started HTR, because obviously I talked to you through the whole thing, but I always, said like someone's gonna take HTR and beat me one day.
You saying that.
And I started HTR not because I was like, ooh, let's get famous, because let's be honest, spike ball fame only goes so deep in the world. But no, it's super, super cool, and it's just fun to see, like Gabe Finocchi, I remember, like, was a big name in, like, 2019. He's kind of popping off, and I met him, and he was like, dude, like, HTR is what I grew up on. Like, I learned how to do everything from HTR, and, even, like, Frederick Hinkle, national champ 2022 or 2021, whatever. I remember there was, he'd send me videos of him, like, serving in his basement, like, against a mattress, and be like, yo, look at my cut. And I was like, dude, don't get too good. Or like Joe Bondi, his lefty serve at the very start was just freaking absolute buns.
I remember he posted something in the Facebook that was like, my left arm hurts after tournaments.
Yeah.
And how can I fix this? And you reached out to him, and then.
Well, yeah, I actually reached out to him just because, I don't know, I just like helping people, and honestly, to see somebody like, my arm hurts. But I didn't know who Joe was. But it's just funny to see.
I have to do it to Joe.
Oh, 100%.
Preston showed me a video of because Preston was like, oh, Joe, send me a video of you serving. And I'm playing that. If you're on Spotify, please go over to the YouTube. It's on How to Roundnet or HTR Plus. I haven't figured out which one we're going to put on yet. But
Roundnet. It's worth it.
All right.
The Joe Bondi video alone is
worth it. So this is a video of Joe serving a long time ago. And I don't know. I think it just shows how like quickly people can get good at this game, and how like, it's So I thought that was funny.
No. If you're mindful in what you want and like your goals are there, you can improve. You got 0 to pro in, I'd say, like 7.5 months. But anyway, to wrap up the previous conversation, no, it's super. I don't know. I love it because it motivates me to play more. Because once I was like saw myself at 9, I was like, frick, dude, I suck. To be fair, I didn't play much, but no, it's just cool, to kind of have a hand in a lot of people's development, and to kind of get a little bit of praise and love from it. Yeah.
But yeah, Frederick in specific, he was. I didn't even know who he was. He sent me a DM asking about how to reverse cut.
Yeah,
a long time ago.
Yeah, probably a year and a half ago. Probably, yeah.
And I wrote him out a huge. This is how you do it. You do like this, and came back to bite me. Even me, like.
Yeah, but say even full circle, which is even cooler for you. Obviously, I've been playing for freaking ever. It's you. I've been playing forever, so to say that I've helped people, obviously, like I think I have a longer window to do that. But also, it's cool that someone I have coached now has coached a bunch. You get DMs, daily. Wow. About service, whatever, and it's kind of cool to see that full circle. But
everyone wants to see a slow-mo of my service.
I know, everyone's like, yo, slow-mo of service. But no, it's cool. Like, I definitely enjoy it, and like going to this clinic or any clinic or tournament, there's so many kids who are like, dude, I freaking grew up on HTR, and like that's what got me in the sport, and like that's why I started it and why I wanted to put it all on film. So on the flip side, thank you to you for being my video guy and allowing me to put it in video form, because I always joke about it, but genuinely it would have been me in my backyard with my iPhone talking to it, like 30-minute videos. So they're much more enjoyable.
You help me, I help you.
Yeah,
And now we're on the same team.
Now on the same team.
So
yeah, see, secretly, this was just my whole plan was just to train my own partner, because I couldn't beat CS back in the day, so I was like, frick, I gotta have another me. So boom, train another me who got better than me, which is better than me, which is better.
Great.
This is great. But no, now I honestly, I was surprised not to see myself as 9, because I think
you thought you were gonna be lower or higher.
I thought it was gonna be lower, because like generally, like people, what they value nowadays is interesting, because like I think complete players, there's very few complete players at this time. Like I'd put like obviously you, I'd put Clark, I'd put me.
Yeah.
And then there's like Buddy. Buddy's obviously kind of manifested / developed a Buddy way to play.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he's the most pretty hitter.
The thing about Buddy is Buddy's just a winner, and he finds a way to win. I remember watching him in California, and you're like, obviously he's not the best server. He's just good at everything, and he just finds a way to win. If he's gonna win, like he's gonna find a way to win and get a point.
Yeah, Buddy wants to win.
I thought I was gonna be low. I was surprised when I saw my name at number 1. And reason being, I didn't win a tournament. I didn't win a tournament.
True,
I placed third in a lot. I mean,
that's why he has his friggin' third place cup out here drinking.
Yeah,
and I got my pitcher. Let's go. Hey, we're gonna get Ryder a pitcher this year though.
Yeah, one day, one of these podcasts, I'll have one of those things. But no, I thought just based off results, putting me at number 1 is a little controversial. But
yeah. No, I mean, I think it's weird. I mean, you haven't been around the game that long, but it's just interesting to see what people value in today's game. Also, to rewind about Buddy, and Buddy and I, we go back and forth and we give each other a lot of crap. But Buddy, I have to say, is the most freak agility, quick hands athlete I've ever seen, and I think that definitely factors into him. But to be fair, I would not say Buddy is better than me at Roundnet. But people still value winning, which is great. Yeah. But then on the opposite side of things, like you didn't win a tournament all year.
Yeah.
Obviously, second nationals is still impressive, whatever. Yeah. But it's weird.
I didn't have to take out a very good team to do it. Though,
yeah.
So.
But it's you didn't have to do anything yet. Also, I just went out bang. But no, I think rankings is kind of weird nowadays, because I feel like it's player dependent, if that makes sense. Like I feel like people. Like, look at you. And they're like, okay, he's good at everything. Whatever, put him at 1. He's the most overall around player kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But then there's, like, Fred and Rahul, who won nationals. So, obviously, you're like, okay, boom, they're way up there. But, like, again, I wouldn't say that they're necessarily the best setter, hitter people. Defensively, they're solid. But it's just what defensively they're not.
No. I was gonna say no. I'm just saying they have their height going for them, which is a huge thing in the game right now.
Also, don't get rid of my points here, guy. 15.
I was gonna keep track anyway.
15, 45. No, I have to keep track. 55, 60. I gotta beat you at something.
I had 35.
Can't beat you around it.
I had 35
yet. But no, yeah. I mean, their height definitely is a large factor. But anyway, rankings wise, like I think it's interesting. I think it's warranted, but like. I guess the biggest question is percentages wise, like serving seems to be the main indicator of skill and winning nationals. Because I wouldn't put Fred and Rahul as, second best server, third best server if it was purely off serving. I mean, I also don't know if I'd put myself as 9th best server. Like I'm probably
if the best setters won nationals, then it'd be a whole different story. I think.
Yeah.
Or if the best,
So do you think whoever wins, kind of governs what gets rated? You know what I'm saying? Like because you are the best player in the world. And you're definitely the best server. I also think you're the best setter, tied with me, and best hitter, tied with me. But also, I'm trash at serving at this point in most people's eyes.
Are you gonna get better?
100%. No, I'll for sure get better. But I think it's interesting, just see whatever. And this is not like a let's talk crap on everybody, because people are good for reasons. And like impact wise, like Joe Bondi has way more impact than me.
Yeah.
Gabe Finocchi has way more impact than me on what the game is today. You have 30 points.
I think I got 30. Yeah, 30.
You're gonna say 32. I was like, you can't get 32. But anyway, no. I mean, like percentage wise, what would you say is serving? Because honestly, like
serving's half a game.
you think half of what people value.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I think almost even more, but
probably.
Yeah, I don't know.
At least half.
because there's players like Jarrett. Obviously, we know Jarrett. We love Jarrett. I think he's a better setter than most people. I think defensively, obviously, he's better than most people. But like his serving, like I said, I'm trash. Like Jarrett serving is, I can talk crap on him because I love him, but he's never been a serve baller in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah,
But
he
yeah,
still finds a way to get it done and be at the top.
oh, I mean, hey,
cool.
they beat frickin' Gabe and
Yeah.
Travis.
They
Which,
did.
truthfully, thank you, Jared and Fitzy, because I don't know if we would have beat them. I got 4th this year, but also, I don't know if we would have gotten through Gabe and Travis.
I would have put my money against it.
Yeah, I mean,
I would have
don't
put
know.
a lot of money against it, I think.
Yeah. Also, where was Caleb this year? Just out of curiosity. Wasn't he still like top 15?
I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Enough rankings. We could talk about it for hours, but
Yeah.
let's talk about some new teams coming up this year. We got Joe and Garrett. I don't know their team names, but these are the teams.
Let's talk about one-on-one. You have to talk about them all. Let's just talk new teams. Joe and Garrett starting first.
Oh, we just talk about them.
Well, yeah, then we'll move down the list of new people.
Okay.
Just because if we say them all, then we're going to forget who I think we're talking about.
Yeah. This is behind Double Clutch. I think this is the other team that I'm most worried about.
Yeah.
Strictly based off of Joe, I think behind me, if not in front of me, is second best server in the world. And I think someone that can at times outbreak me, which I feel like anyone else, I'm outbreaking them. Garrett, I think Garrett is the perfect partner for Joe as well, because Garrett doesn't make many mistakes. He doesn't get ace very much. He's a great setter. And Joe, where I think he's lacking is serve receive and like maybe a little bit of setting, but which I think Garrett those are his strengths. And Garrett can get it done serving as well. Like Garrett will get.
Dude, Garrett's weirdly scary to receive.
Yeah, he doesn't look at the.
He just
net
he just like looks off in the distance and he just goes,
Yeah.
pew, and when it lands, you're like, whoa. But no, I think they're going to be a good team. I mean, Joe's Joe. Like as much as I talk crap on Joe, like I said, he has more impact on me because he does. I mean, he could be the most impactful player in the world at times in terms of if he's landing serves.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think where he struggles is consistency. But like you said, Garrett kind of picks that up a little bit.
Yeah, I think it balances him off very well.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely a tough serving duo. I'd be surprised if they beat like us in Double Clutch with any consistency. I think they will at some point because I think their ceiling is very high.
Yeah.
I just also think their floor if you put us Double Clutch and whatever, I think they have the
highest high.
I think they have the highest high, but also the lowest low.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, because if Joe's not landing serves, then
yeah, I mean Joe or Garrett. I mean, there's been games where I played Garrett where he just didn't do anything either, and I was like,
but you could also say that about everyone.
True, but also I think like you, I don't know. I feel like Joe. I mean, you're a more complete player than Joe. Like even if you're missing all your serves, you're still gonna have perfect setting, perfect hitting, and like again, for people listening, this is not us bashing on people. I'm trying to give my honest opinion about things, and Joe's gonna ace me 15 times, and then he'll say suck it, but no, I mean I think they have the highest high, lowest low out of the top teams in my professional old man opinion.
Yep. Next, Coleman and Will. Oh, Airbud. Roundnet. I think that's their name.
Is that their name?
Something with a dog.
I'm going to talk about them first.
Go ahead.
I'm interested to see. Coleman's been sending you a lot of videos lately.
Coleman's been grinding.
Saying how good he's getting.
In the lab, yeah.
Yeah, saying how good he's getting, which is good. I'm excited to see where he goes, but also being kind of I think Coleman's got to take a leadership role and be a more consistent partner. I think, as with anything, I'd judge teams and people off consistency, and I'm genuinely curious to see how consistent they are. Because just like Volley Llamas last year,
high, low, low.
Like high, low, low, but they don't have Joe.
Yeah.
So it's like, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they first 2 tournaments didn't do phenomenal because they're kind of trying to figure out all their kinks and stuff. Like, I feel like they're like a double young Gabe Finocchi. Like, when Gabe came out in Utah Natties, like, when he was on, everyone was like, damn, Gabe's legit. You know, but then when he wasn't setting well, hitting well, like, it was very apparent that Gabe was not, you know, top yet.
Yeah.
But I think, maybe even just hearing this, they'll get a little fire under their butt. But also, I think if they learn how to set and they learn how to hit with consistency, like in terms of every single time getting points,
Yeah.
I think there will be a contender for top 5. You know, who knows?
Yeah.
But I mean, Coleman's Coleman. He's still gonna get points.
Yeah.
I'm just curious where Will comes from because also Will has soccer this year.
Yeah. Who knows? I don't know how much
you know,
they're gonna play, but
yeah,
I can't wait to play Coleman, my old partner.
yeah. I mean, I like playing Coleman.
I was talking to Coleman the other day about he was saying he's like, oh, I think I could receive you better than most people. Which do you think it'd be better for him? Because one, Coleman played with me all season. He's seen a lot of my serves. He's whatever. He hasn't received me very much, if at all.
Yeah.
So do you think it's better that he's watched me serve, or do you think it'd be better if he was in a position of like double clutch where they've played me a couple times?
I mean, I think it's one thing to see, but it's another thing to experience it. And put it this way, there's one human that aced me more than anybody on this earth, and it's you. And I've also seen your serves probably more than anybody.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. I think it's definitely better to be receiving you more often than just watching you.
Yeah.
Not to say Coleman can't do it, because Coleman in the past since Spike House has gotten like 17 times better.
Yeah.
And I think
Coleman's service receive is probably the best part of his game, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Regardless, I think Coleman's ceiling is still yet to be reached in a large sense.
Yeah.
So I would be happy to see him grow. And then Will, obviously we haven't talked about Will much, but I mean, Will's kind of a Joe Bondi-esque type of player where, you know, when he's on and his foot drags are popping off a little bit.
And Coleman.
I'm kidding. Dude, yeah, they can be team foot drags.
That should be their team name.
I haven't seen all the footage, but I get texts about foot drags, and you know, I got to talk crap.
I text Coleman all the time about his foot drags because he'll send me a clip. I'll be like, "Well, you're dope."
Well, it's good.
Which honestly, that's like a conversation in itself because everyone, even myself, I'll look back and I'll have a couple foot drags here and there. I think everyone, at some point, especially if you have a lefty, like a quick lefty.
My lefty, I definitely drag my toe.
Your foot
occasionally.
Your foot drags occasionally, and it's something that like almost the force of like swinging just like happens.
Well, also people's lefties, I feel like they toss outer body more.
Yeah, if you toss it,
and then it reach more.
Yeah, and you're reaching it.
Do you want a jelly bean?
It drags. I'm okay. Those are so old.
Okay.
So I don't know. I would like, because they're also so hard to call in game, especially when there's no observers, because no one's calling a foot drag real time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean it's tough. I mean you can watch. That's another thing about the rule. It's tough is because like you can choose to either watch the foot drag or watch where your partner hits the ball.
Yeah, and I'd probably rather watch where
I'd way rather watch the ball. So I mean it's not the end of the world. It's just kind of.
Yeah. There's also the 4-inch toss debate. Like,
I mean, again, it's tough because like you're not going to be like, ooh, 4-inch toss, and then get aced, and then everyone's going to be like, shut up, it was legal.
Yeah,
because you just can't. But
yeah,
I mean, I don't know. I think as time goes on and more footage is out there, like if it's really a problem, I hope people will change it. But also, as with most rule changes, it's a slow battle.
Before they made the rule change of, like the ball has to hit the net before you can lift your foot up. I was practicing toe drags.
Yeah, because why not?
I was like, I will exploit the heck out of that rule.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I definitely think it's a problem, but I don't know. Travis Core used to really be bad. He got a lot better. Yeah. Because I sent him a text and said, hey, you're a freaking OG type kind of guy.
Yeah.
I was like, fix your crap. And then he was like, yeah, shut up. And then he did it. So, I don't know. I think it's whatever. The last team that we can talk about, unless there's other people, but like Grant Clapp and Matt Cole.
Yeah.
The Clapper. He's like a taller lefty version of Joe Bondi.
Yeah. Yeah.
Straight up.
Actually, I played him I was going to say I haven't played him. I did play him. I played him at Utah Nationals.
Yeah,
and I didn't know who he was.
Forever ago.
Yeah, I didn't know who he was, and it was forever ago. But Yeah, I think same thing. High, low lows, and consistency is.
Matt Cole low key is getting more consistent.
Oh yeah. I was talking about.
No, I know, but I was just saying as kind of like a compliment. There's a lot of compliment teams here.
Yeah.
In terms of
I played Matt
in terms
in
of
Vegas, and he
2 out of 3 are compliments. Because I think Grant Clapwick, especially with Matt Cole, I feel like Matt Cole's a very happy human.
Yeah.
And I feel like Grant sometimes can get in his head a little bit.
Yeah.
In terms of like he is an up and comer.
Mm-hmm.
But also I wouldn't be surprised like Grant. I wouldn't be surprised seeing Grant in top 10 after this year.
Sure.
Just because like potential wise.
Yeah.
I mean, being a giant lefty. I mean, everyone's super high on Max Modell for a similar reason that he's like a lefty and when he's popping off.
Gabe and Max.
Oh, Gabe Max.
We can
I don't even know. Yeah, Grant Clap Mac Hole. That's what Grant Clap Mac Hole. Gabe and Max.
Yeah.
I'll put it out there.
Is that for sure? Have they even announced that? Or was that just a
Whoops. I think it's legit. I think we're fine. I'll say it. I think it's a bad move for Gabe.
I'd rather play Gabe and Max than Gabe and Travis.
Yeah.
Because Travis
is like Buddy. He knows how to win.
I was just gonna say similar to Buddy.
Boom. Yeah, he knows how to win.
He knows how to win, and he doesn't do anything at the top level, but he does everything good enough to get points. And he even says it. That's what he says. He's like, he'll say it himself. He's like, I'm not the best server, I'm not the best setter, but he just finds a way to get points. And if
to be fair, Buddy is the best defender, so can't compare that. Right. But anyway, I like to give Buddy some praise because also I talk crap about Buddy, in terms of hitting and stuff. Anyway, but on a different note. Because some people are gonna be like, Preston, you talk crap about too many people.
I know we are kind of
Max. No, I mean I don't know. I think a little bit of truth around that community goes a long way. I don't ever mean it harshly. I also talk crap myself just as often as I talk crap about anybody else.
I talk more crap on Preston than
true. But no, I think Max Modell is and always has been a phenomenal player. He's been kind of outside that top 10 bubble for a while. There was a time where people revered him as a top 10 player. But A, he's got to stay healthy. B, he's got to be more consistent.
Women's Roundnet.
Does
anyone beat Twins this year?
No.
No?
No, there's no shot. I think they have a little bit of the Chico effect where people are like, holy crap, we're playing Twins. Whereas like Canadians and stuff, like they don't care.
Yeah.
They come to America and they're like, holy crap, we're playing anybody from America. Like Jordy, she said she might pop in a little bit, play. It's my turn. Okay. But no, I think Nationals is theirs and theirs alone for the taking. Unless Katie pairs up with somebody. Who would Katie? I think Katie's their best player. Maybe even second best player.
Who would she have to pair up with?
Yeah. Olivia.
Well,
I don't know. Yeah, that's tough.
No.
I mean, you have Thus. I don't personally see them be them. I think also one thing that bodes well for the Twins is I think their ceiling wise is yet to be go.
Does anyone start reverse cutting?
Yes.
Do you think a women's player, by the way?
Yes, like Olivia.
You think Olivia will get a reverse cut?
She has to be. And if she doesn't, then she needs to come out to California and she needs to learn.
I think someone in the women's division.
I think somebody will. I think no one? I think it's like 2017 men's. Like there's just not a need right now.
So do you think women's are where 2017 men's was?
It's just like 2017 men was like Tyler Chiswick was figuring out how to cut serve. PJ was serving cut serves. Like Troy was hitting cut serves. Like there was very few people who needed that next level serve. Also hand size I think is important for reverse cuts. I think it helps. I'm saying. I'm not saying it's like the only thing. Like Jordy, Jordy hit a cut serve. Her hands are like half my size.
Yeah. It's not a power thing. It's not a hand size thing.
Yo, checks out.
I just don't think anyone's really like not needed to, but like attempted to. I don't know. Maybe Olivia
but it's like before you came in the game, like I was like, yeah, it might be a thing, but it's just not a thing.
Well, they know it's a thing.
I know they do, but it's still different for women's game. Like 2017, like there was barely need for a cut serve. I refused to get a cut serve in 2017 for a while because I was like, I don't want to because I still want to play Roundnet. And then once I lost to like PJ and Tyler enough, I was like, frick me, I need to grind and get a cut serve. So I think
I mean,
I think like if somebody puts in the work, like if AK, Ali, I guess not AK anymore, but if like she like for whatever reason her name popped up, so get a reverse cut, AK.
Or just someone in the women's division.
Yeah,
Get a reverse cut.
Yeah, get a reverse cut. Come out to California.
Come out to California. Send me some videos.
Do something.
I'll critique it, and because I want to see it.
Yeah. Anyway, I think once one person does it successfully, I think the whole freaking women's division will do it. But yeah, other than that, I'm curious to see. I'm curious to see what women's round it goes this year, because really, honestly, I think it's like 2017 where like you can still get by as like the Ogres do, and still be a top contending team, just based off of consistency. Yeah. But also, I think the Twins have shown like serve power is heavy, and Katie Pearson is again, testament that serve power is heavy. So yeah, I'm curious. Curious to see what goes down in the DMs. It goes down in the DMs. Yeah, so we'll see. I don't think anyone beats them. I would put like freaking $20 that no one beats them.
I'll take that back.
I take Twins. You take the field.
Yeah. In a series, or
no,
game?
at Nationals.
Oh, at Nationals.
Yeah, I mean, no, I think they will lose a match,
but not at Nationals.
No.
Oh, okay.
Which gives the whole year. We can just bet $20. I mean, it's a whole year. You have the whole field. I have the Twins.
Wait, just a game, just a match, or at Nationals they don't win. So you're saying they win Nationals?
I'm saying they win Nationals.
All right, I'll bet against them.
I mean, it's whatever.
$20.
You have literally the whole world. I have two people. Yeah. It's a decent. It's
you also have.
I also have the two best.
Ones.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Any Hoosers, women's Roundnet. I think it's in a good place. I think women's Roundnet Instagram is doing very well. I think international women's will make a big splash at Worlds. I think people are unaware of how good humans have gotten outside the U.S.
Yeah.
Even for men's, it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, so that's kind of my take on women's round. I don't know if you have anything else to say, but I feel good about where it's at. It's still more fun to watch than men's.
Yeah, low key.
High key.
There's more rallies.
Yeah.
Speaking of how much fun it's going to be to watch Roundnet this year, what are your thoughts? I know we posted a video about a bigger ball, or not bigger ball. Not bigger bowl.
Not bigger bowl.
Not a bigger bowl.
Scott Beats.
The regular bowl.
Regular bowl.
Shout out to that Roundnet podcast.
That
what it's called?
Yeah, that Roundnet podcast. Yeah. That Roundnet podcast. Is that what you said?
Shout out to that Roundnet podcast.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bigger bowl.
Bigger bowls. Regular ball. We were pushing that because I think it is what the sport needs, but logistically, I understand why
they were shot us down.
Yeah, why they were unable to make that happen, because logistically it is hard, especially with Worlds and everything. Blah, blah, but
yeah, but also just make the U.S. play with it, and then we'll go to Worlds and play the pro ball and duty on everybody.
We'll just carry a backpack of regular balls and play when in it.
I honestly, I as much as I think it's dead, I also think that if the first 2-3 tournaments look absolutely booty, as I'm afraid it will.
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest, you and Joe in Vegas was not fun to watch. I think people enjoy watching a few select of your serves, and they go, "Wow, that was cool." But the second, I can relate it to my 7.5 years of playing. It's like people are amazed with hitting back in the day. They're like, "Oh my god, that was such a cool hit," and then they see, 17 pulls, and they're like, "Okay, cool, I've seen him pull the ball. Okay, now he hits lefty." People are like, "Oh my gosh, he's hitting ambidextrous," and that was cool for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like last year was like a huge serve ball era, and people were still amazed. But like, I don't know. It just like your lefty at Nationals that everyone freaked out about, like your fake, wide step lefty kind of thing. Like that was nuts. But if I see it 40 times,
yeah,
it becomes less nuts. And then when Joe does it, and then when whoever else learns it, Grant Clapp, it's like at some point it gets old.
Yeah.
So I don't think old balls necessarily.
Even in Vegas, and I understand like the stakes weren't as high. It wasn't Nationals, but like I feel like I never even celebrated an ace because it's like it's just not as I don't know.
I mean, well, yeah, that's another thing that's kind of upsetting is like the hype, like the Yao era,
yeah,
as I like to call it. Like when I was super stoked on Roundnet and just the loudest human in the world in Roundnet.
Yeah.
Like everyone always asks me, like, why aren't you as loud anymore? Like, why aren't you whatever? I'm like, it's just not genuinely exciting compared to what it used to be.
If aces were a lot harder to come by, I'd
Troy had
more.
4 aces in 2016 finals.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, bro, Troy aced the crap out of Chico.
Yeah.
And I genuinely, before I watched back the game and took stats on it, I thought he aced the crap out of them.
Now anyone
4 aces.
Now anyone in the top 20, they get 4 aces. I'm like, didn't serve well that game.
Damn, I needed more, Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I think Old Ball could make a comeback still this year. I think a lot of people tried it. A lot of people liked it. A lot of people tried it. Were like, oh, it doesn't do anything. Which for me, I'm like, okay, cool. Like, then make the change. Like, it helps defense. It's slower. It's definitely something's needed.
Yeah.
I think the company is plotting for something big next year. I'm kind of slightly scared about what they're doing and what they're going after. Based off of what we tested. And this is not just mine. This is after talking to all the other pros. I think a lot of people don't necessarily love what they've tested so far. So I hope that they're open to testing new things and they don't just kind of force it down our throat.
But if not, we got Revol.
If not, we have Revol or Old Ball or whatever, because I also wouldn't be against just showing up tournaments with old balls and say, hey,
Hey, you want to play with these?
Yeah. No, but honestly, like if at some point it gets that bad, I think we as pros could unify and say, hey, we need it. But the carry rule this year, I think it's a good rule. I was talking to Ezra and other people about potentially implementing carries on every touch. Because
not just first contact.
Well, like a diving set, for example, and you think about volleyball.
I think about that play in the finals where Frederick carried the set.
Yeah,
that should be legal. I mean,
well, but it's like I think about volleyball. First pass, athletic touch. If it's hard driven. Yeah. Second touch, you are literally allowed to throw the ball, aka set the ball.
Beach volleyball, you mean? Like
no, but I'm saying like regular volleyball.
Oh yeah. I mean,
like you can set the ball with your hands.
So you think setting the ball with 2 hands should be legal in Roundnet?
No, I'm just saying, but like you're allowed to throw the ball more or less on second touch.
Yeah.
Because it's benefiting you as the, offensive side. It's letting you have more control. Because like when you set a back set in volleyball, it's not a clean through. It's a, like it's a set. It's a different motion than service heave kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I think making them legal on all touches is not the worst thing in the world. I think some people get scared because they're like, oh, what about throws? And I'm like, it's harder to throw a ball. Like that's not actually true multi-directional movement. Yeah. And have it be clean than it is to set a ball. So we'll see if that actually happens. I think it's doubtful. But at the same time, who knows? First touch carries are legal, which is great. I think it's less gray, or I think it's less annoyance. I think it's just a better rule, but I still dream about the days.
I want to talk about this. This was just a thought. Everyone's making their own like spike ball personal Instagram page, which I think is cool. Yeah, and I kind of want to do it. Like make like a Ryder Riva spike ball or whatever. Yeah, Ryder Riva Roundnet. Ryder Riva Roundnet or something like that. Buddy did it. I think a couple other people have done it. Travis did it. Noah Leskis did it. And I feel like, I don't know, it's cool. I think it's different than like doing a team thing. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, like teams are not going to last as long as a player will. And so building a like personal brand off Roundnet is a good thing to do. I don't know. No, I mean, I think it's phenomenal. I just actually messaged UFOs today. My sandals, the comfy ones that I wear for my Achilles. Yeah. And I was like, yo, what are the odds you sponsor me? Yeah. But honestly, no, I think doing it for personal sake is huge. I think for the future of the sport, I mean, even we're friends with Casey and, Ben from other sports and stuff, and building your own brand is huge. Pickleball, they have their own individual sponsors. I mean, building your own brand is bigger than building a brand of a team that could last a year. Yeah, I mean, there's like the Waters, like the mom and daughter team in pickleball. Yeah. And they brand themselves together for everything, which is honestly super smart for the mom because she gets everything, and the daughter's the superstar. Yeah. But I mean, it just depends on the team. I mean, like if you have like a CS type team who stays together for 4 years and you're the number one team in the world, like it's more to bargain with, but also, I think it's all dependent. But I think for the future of the sport, it's going to be phenomenal. And like if you pop off and you have 10K followers, you can have There's also so many like things that I want to post that I don't want to post on my personal account. I don't want to post on how to Roundnet.
Also, are we gonna
So-
make a How to Roundnet team page?
I don't think so. I think I'd rather just make one for like my personal. Like if I was
No,
playing,
I'm
I think
saying
I'll
in
change
terms of
Rito
our-
Boys
I'm
to
saying
just
if
Rider
we win a
Rito.
tournament. Are we gonna post on How to Roundnet?
I think I'll just post it on my personal.
You don't think
Personal
we're gonna share
Roundnet
it? We should
page.
share it on HTR though.
Oh wait, you have Boisterous though. We could do
Yeah,
that.
but I was gonna make that my pickleball account.
Which
Shout
you-
out to pickleball, baby.
Which you shouldn't do because
Why?
Because you have a bunch of Spikeball followers.
cares?
And it's
I think they genuinely be excited. It might lose 500 people, but who cares?
so you're gonna have. All right, whatever.
Doesn't matter. Ryder's my social media manager. He doesn't
And
like
it's not
it.
a smart idea. Just make a new one. Then you have engaged.
I think people
pickleball
will be
followers.
engaged though. Spikeball people are sports people.
Okay. All right. Whatever.
Doesn't matter.
What else are we
Yeah,
talking
I
about?
definitely good for branding purposes. And if you haven't made your own thing, potentially maybe make your own thing.
I think I'm gonna do it.
Also,
Give me-
filming. Speaking of rankings, filming. If you film yourself, post a lot, definitely helps you in rankings.
No.
Definitely, because
Yeah. The
people
more
see.
more you put out there.
Yeah.
I wonder how long we've been doing this. Probably at least 40 minutes.
I feel
40.
like an hour. I don't know.
Really?
Maybe.
Should we
45,
go? We put something on our story a couple days ago
Questions?
asking for questions.
Yeah, I can for sure. I got the screen recorder here.
Well, I have the.
Tell me that you did something better than screen record.
No,
Look,
I have.
check it. I have it all right here. Boom.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Ryder posted on our thingamajig. And
I was so
said-
stoked to do a podcast on Friday last week.
Yeah.
Something I don't know. Something about me just wanted to talk about Roundnet, and then we realized I lost one of the microphones, so we didn't do it. But I posted that thinking we were going to do a podcast last week, but we didn't.
So anyway,
So
he
we have-
posted and say, what should we talk about? And here we are. We have stuff. I'm going to go through all of them, honestly, because there's only like, I don't know, 40.
Don't go through all of them. Just pick decent
Okay,
ones.
really quick. One says, I love you, Ryder.
All right.
And the other one says, teach me to reverse cut, please. Best type of cheese. This is rapid fire at this point.
American.
All right, cool. We sold rims for $69. Someone, said thanks for the rim.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. I put
Dude,
something on my
yeah.
story. Put something on my story the other day. Of I have like a bunch of camera equipment that I'm trying to sell. Not quitting, but I've upgraded and I want to get rid of stuff that I don't use anymore. And I put a rim in the picture just as a joke, and I said I'm selling one Spikeball rim too. I was like Spikeball rim, and that was the only thing I sold that day.
We have them right here.
And-
so
oh,
whoever's
yeah.
going to get them, you get these.
Yeah. And 2 people were like bidding on them. And so I ended up selling 2 rims for $69 each. So thank you to whoever bought those. I don't know why you did. It's a terrible investment.
Yeah, you just got dirty rims.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think that was cool, which honestly makes me want to like do something else of like, cause I don't know, Preston and I talked about sponsors for like a week and a half ago. And I don't know. I think sponsorship like right now in Spikeball, there's no brands that are willing to put,
No big brands.
there's
Not like
no big
Body
brands. Yeah, like Body Armor isn't going to give
It's
us
like, you
money
pass me
to
that Body Armor?
drink their drink. It's so I think our idea, and you can if you've made it this far on the podcast, comment tortilla, so we know you've made it this far. I don't know, just
Or just comment where we're going to ask you to comment right now.
or comment what you're going to ask. We're going to ask you to comment.
They're going to be like, tortilla.
Comment
But
tortilla,
also-
and then what you think. People will be confused, but we'll know. Like if we did some sort of like giveaway where we give away like signed balls,
Or rims or something.
or rims, or something, or shirts, and then maybe that enters you into some sort of raffle for something. I don't know. I don't know. The fact that 2 people were willing to spend $69 on signed rims, like
All we're trying to say is it'd be cool
it'd be cool
to give something away
but also
and also like have sponsorship money to be able to travel and all that fun stuff. But I also think it's super cool that somebody's willing to do that because it means that at some level of fame and whateverness or influentialness,
yeah,
people like you and they're willing to pay for stuff that you've signed because they like you, which is
Yeah.
super cool.
that was cool.
It's like when people ask me to sign stuff at tournaments. I at first was like, "You're an idiot." I just dirtied your ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wrote on your thing. But no, it's honestly super flattering, super amazing, especially from 7-8 years ago where everyone was like, "What is Spikeball?" to now where people are trying to buy your rims for $69
Yeah.
or more. I mean, people offered you more. I thought, right?
Oh, they did offer more.
Yeah,
They were
but-
bidding up to
yeah.
like $100.
Yeah.
And then I was like,
it's crazy.
I'm not happy someone spent $100 on a rim.
So thank you to everyone who follows us and supports us, because honestly, it's just cool. It's super cool. I mean, you haven't been around quite as long, so it might be more normal for you. But I do see the growth, and I think it's phenomenal, and it's much love to everybody and anybody who supports us. But questions-wise, we'll start at the bottom here. I love you, Ryder. Apparently, they don't love me. Best type of cheese. Yeah, true. Most overrated player.
Press and bias. I'm just kidding.
I think I'm underrated, to be honest.
Overrated.
But also overrated. I don't know. It's a weird. I'll say it. Max Modell.
Oh, all right.
Just because over the years, like he somehow finds himself like in top 10 discussion without playing.
Yeah.
It's like me being number 9. Like I genuinely am thankful that I'm number 9 because I didn't do anything this year. Like I lost every tournament just like you did, but somehow you ended up at number 1. No, I don't know. Max he's not overrated. Maybe that's too harsh.
I'm not saying anyone who's overrated. I don't even know anyone.
It's weird because
it's like people are rated where they should be.
I think honestly, yeah, I don't know. It's a tough question. Serving drills. I'll say something about drills.
Okay.
And I've said this before.
I know what you're
Max,
gonna say.
I'm sorry.
I
was gonna say that people think that the pros have secret drills that we do and that things that we like practice that no one else practices. And this is just a tip, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again. If you've been in one of my clinics, you've heard me talk about mindset and all that fun stuff. But it's like, I'll see if I want to wiggle the mouse or something. I don't know. But truly, like, the best drill is usually the most basic drill, and then you can just, up the difficulty. Serving drills, whether it's you hit 50 cuts in a row, like the best serving drill you can have is knowing what's successful, what's not successful. Film yourself, break down everything. Maybe try to hit 5 cuts in a row, 5 reverse in a row, whatever it is. But like the best any type of drill is a drill that like you mindfully work through.
Yeah. Like
I'd rather have 10 really good reps of a reverse cut than 10,000 bad reps.
I've been playing around with trying to do a lefty reverse just because why not?
Yeah.
And like, because I haven't really practiced for something new in a while. The last time was trying to get a left hand.
Until I told him to get a lefty reverse, and he said, okay.
Yeah, I was like, all right, bet.
Yeah, bet, yeah.
But I'm filming myself, or what I did was I filmed my righty reverse, I flipped the video, and then overlaid it with my left hand reverse, and just did that. I did that a couple times and like each time would fix some new things, and as I'm serving, and I also film, like I got this thing that has a terabyte of storage on it.
He's talking about his phone.
My phone. I film every time, like basically every time I go out and practice serving, I film it because I could figure out something new, or I could, I feel like it's just good to have stuff on film. And everyone has a phone. Unless you don't have a phone, then get a phone.
Let's not have a phone. Hit us up. Maybe we'll buy your phone. Who knows? Anyway, yeah, serving drills, yeah. This one says Coleman Epperson. We talked about him. Next stop for spike ball in the competitive scene, Olympics, conferences, all that fun stuff. I mean, next step is
getting sport to be balanced.
Well, getting sport to be balanced and giving the sport a spectator-friendly vibe. Did you just tell my king? Oh,
no, we're playing war.
I know. That's what I was going to do. Yeah, I mean, I think balancing the sport is going to be huge. And then on top of that, it's kind of finding something for people to play with. Because honestly, most people's approaches is like get the youth involved, which is great, but also we don't have a sport for them to play. The thing is, like, if you teach a 15-year-old, like if you were 15, I could teach you how to be like a pro by the time you're like 17.
Yeah.
And then what are you supposed to play for after that? Like, you're not making money, you're not traveling, you're not doing anything, So I think the next step is balancing our sport, getting money and getting sponsors in, and the way we do that is balancing the sport. So I think before we talk Olympics and all that fun stuff, like, it's genuinely just...
If no one's making money, no one's also going to, like... Yeah, I don't know. I was going with that.
No, but it's like pickleball.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that Ben is now making a large sum of money.
Yeah.
Now everyone under him is like, ooh.
Now people... Now
like, let's freaking grind.
Yeah.
Ben grinded more in the past 3 months than I saw him grind all last year.
Yeah.
Because now there's money, there's TV exposure, there's all this stuff because the sport is fun to watch.
Spike ball is like, oh, if you are at the top and you win, you make your money back for the weekend.
Yeah,
and
or maybe
like,
you get an invite to ESPN stuff, and that's sort of ish real, not really real.
Yeah.
So then you're kind of like.
But then what does that do for you? You get
nothing.
You get a text here and there,
which is cool.
Saying, hey, I saw you on ESPN.
And again, for anyone listening, like this is not us saying like we're not grateful because honestly, spike ball has changed my life for the better in like thousands of ways.
Oh, same. Yeah.
But to be real, and this is eavesdropping on our conversations. This is not let's make happy with everybody. Like we have to have a sport that grows. Anyway. Who should represent the U.S. in international Roundnet? I think.
Pick me.
I think Ryder's not a bad thing. I think I hopefully will be on there. I'm not a shoo-in anymore. I need to prove myself, and I understand that. I think national champs should get an auto bid personally.
No.
And then
after that, number one player.
After that, honestly, I think if you had like a star lineup who walk out of like a freaking spaceship with smoke. And who would be the most excitable to see? I think if you put like me, Ryder, Buddy, Clark, national champs, and like a Joe Bondi or something.
Yeah, no one's getting.
I think people would freaking be like, "Oh my god, this is the coolest thing ever!" Whatever it is. But also, no one's gonna touch us with that squad. But yeah, we talked about people retiring new teams. Who's better looking one in the relationship? My girlfriend, she's far better looking than me. Yeah.
I'm single.
Yeah, well, it says in the relationship, so I assume, he's talking about...
your relationship.
My relationship, yeah. Colorado versus California, who wins? California, because we have myself and Ryder.
I'd take California over...
Almost any state. Texas obviously has double clutch, so pretty much it's HTR versus double clutch.
Yeah.
Which I think... Me with a week of practice is us currently. I don't know.
We'll see. Can't wait.
Yeah, who knows? Best tip for defense at the premier/pro level.
Oh no.
Play percentages in terms of force your opponents to hit tough shots, and then just adapt and change and try new things. It's definitely one of those things that's tough, as we all know. Why are we not more rude in Roundnet? I've been decently rude in this podcast.
Yeah, you have.
I'll say.
This is a start to rudism.
No, I think being honest is not rude.
I think the reason we're not more rude is because everyone are good friends,
Oh, yeah, it's a tight-knit community.
It's a tight, if you're rude to someone, you're going to see him after the tournament, because you're sleeping next to them. And to
be fair, though, I think rude and honest get muddled up.
Are people in sport, what sport are people rude in?
I mean, it's not rude. It's just like they're honest. Like in volleyball, like if someone pulls on me, Case Patterson, he's going to bounce it and say, don't ever pull on me and talk crap.
So relating that to spike ball, do you think it's like, oh, you didn't respect my cut enough, I'm going to beat you?
No, but it's like if you cut me, if you like ace me, you're going to be like,
yeah.
Let's go, like suck
but
it,
I'm not going to be like staring you down or something. Like
no, but also there's nothing to compete for right now.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of something. But also the people that play now are far more rude, honest, and competitive than ever before. Like when I played in 2016, like if I lost nationals, it would have been like, yo, good game, dude, high five, and like it would have been whatever. Whereas now, like people are starting to take it more seriously. Like people invest more time. It's definitely becoming not more rude, but just more honest sport. I do think that people need to be more honest in spikeball. There's so many times where like people will tell me something to my face, and I know I'm loud and annoying. So I'm fine if people tell me I'm loud and annoying, but like at the same time, you can still love me and tell me I'm loud and annoying, and I'm not going to hate you.
Yeah.
But I think it's just it's a growing sport. I think in 20 years, we'll have a very honest cast of humans. It's just right now, I think we're still young enough and honestly young enough. Like our community is a bunch of freaking kids.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm never going to tell kids to be like, hey, go talk crap.
Yeah.
But also like, I'm also happy to tell you, hey, Ryder, like, that set sucked, and you'll be like, okay, cool.
As my partner,
as your friend, as your opponent, but also you and I have a different relationship where you understand that I'm not trying to bring you down.
Yeah, no, we're gonna.
And like if
that's what I'm looking forward to. We're gonna hold each other to such a high standard of Roundnet, which is I think is
as
fun.
you should. But
Yeah.
also, I mean, I don't know. I think like I've been talking crap on like Max is my main target tonight for some reason. But at the same time, like I have nothing but love for Max. Sometimes it pisses me off, and I'll tell him it pisses me off. But I think that's just how life should be. But at the same time, we see each other, we hug each other, and we say, "Hey, nice game, good game, whatever."
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see. I don't know why we are not more rude. That was Matt Burrows.
Yeah.
This one says bigger bowls.
Bigger bowls.
Bigger bowls. That's all we're gonna say. Rule changes. We kind of talked about that.
Yeah.
HTR camp in Ohio, which brings up a good point.
Oh yeah, we were gonna run a camp in Vegas. It didn't work out. It was at like a weird time where
We kind of tried to force it to happen.
Yeah. So stay tuned for maybe another one in the summer when people are free and not in school, and we can plan for it to be.
I definitely want to do it. I definitely want to do another Spike House. Potentially this year, I want to do another HTR camp for sure. I know when I was in Virginia, people were like, "Bro, what happened to the camp?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't know."
I feel like I've seen so many people. They're like, "What happened to it?" And then we had like 20 people reach out.
Yeah, we had like 10, 15 people who were like, "I'm down." I'm like, "Where the heck were you?"
Yeah.
They're like, "That was such a good deal." I'm like, "Yeah, it was a good deal. We were gonna house you, freaking feed you. We were gonna take care of you, teach you everything in the world."
Yeah.
Also, if you're listening to this at this point, comment broomstick, and then answer how much would you pay for a week HTR camp. If you don't know what we're talking about, find the flyer. It's out there. But parents, top pros, take care of you, feed you, all that fun stuff. This guy says why we need to keep same hand serves legal. Doesn't matter because it is going to stay that way. Carries / new teams, covered that. Roundnet Olympics, covered that. Best tourney memories. We can start kind of flying through these as we're getting through there. But best tournament memory. Yours.
What's yours? I'll start thinking.
Yours should be like nationals, I feel like.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was like surreal for me and super cool. So yeah, I guess nationals. Beating Preston.
Yeah, I mean hugging you was good. It's a nice little moment to cry. Best tourney memories. I don't know. I feel like Santa Cruz 2016, playing with Bryce Johnson back in the day was a pretty good one. That's kind of when I really realized that spike ball community was something special and should be sought after and whatever. But I don't know. I have every tournament holds a special place in my heart. So it's hard to say. Best tournament memories. Seattle. First time I went out there was outrageously cool. But also most of my favorite memories are outside the tournament. Yeah. I like competing, but we don't play just to play. We play for the people. Let's see. Favorite rule modifications. I think tall net, older ball would be cool. Will it happen this year? Probably not, but
it will not happen this year.
There's a bunch of stuff. Goal for the podcast once every 2 weeks.
Our goal is to talk about current events.
Make $1 million.
Make $1 million.
Perfect. We have to have lofty goals here. What about $2 million? So we each have $1 million.
Okay, I like that.
Cool, nice.
Make $1 million. Make $2 million. Million each.
Yep.
I don't know. Just
hang out, talk. We want to kind of do tourney recaps or tourney previews. Honestly, if people like that, comment banana pig. I'm just kidding. I think I think tourney recaps would be fun.
I think when the season starts, and especially if we're at a tournament and we can maybe I can bring all this stuff to tournaments and we sit down with people for a little bit after tournaments or before tournaments, and I don't know, it'd be cool to get more people on this podcast than just us. And I don't know, it's fun. It's also fun looking back at podcasts and seeing what people said however many years ago, or
when I talk about Max Modell and then he aces me 14 times.
Yeah, and then he's the one that beats us in nationals. And it's
something fun.
Dude,
and then it's like, yo, and then we post on HTR and say, suck it, Preston.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know. I feel like my goal or your goal is just to kind of actually do it.
Yeah.
And then we go from there.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many different, because I mean, Preston and I talk about stuff all the time. And so we're might as well.
Yeah, document it.
Yeah.
We're always save that, don't have the conversation.
Yeah.
So that's kind of whatever. Worlds, how will it work? I honestly don't really know too amazingly. I know there's tryouts per se. Mm-hmm. There's 2 events that you have to qualify, and then you get invited to a camp, and then you have to play, and people track your RPR.
So there's 2 tournaments. There's one in Atlanta. There's one in.
Oh, so you have a big long hair right here.
Oh, I need a haircut bad. Yeah, I have many long hairs. Yeah. There's 2 tournaments. There's one in Atlanta, one in Salt Lake City. If you podium at those, you get an invitation to the camp happening in LA, I think.
Yeah.
But you can also pay to be in the camp, so you don't have to get podium.
Anybody can come hang out at the camp.
So anybody can come to the camp. I don't know how much it is, but
150.
150. Okay.
I think that's the number floating around. Who knows?
And then I believe they pick from that camp who makes the team. That's what I
think. I think there's 4 teams.
Yeah.
And then we all go to whatever crap it is, Belgium or something.
Yep.
And then we go play. This one says practicing in the off season, serves, fakes, hitting, etc. How often do you train? Is another one that's right next to this one. So
at least 4 hours a day for me, and then 2 hours on the weekends. I'm just kidding.
We will pass on that question in terms of how often we train. I will say that's less.
Train however much is enough to get good.
Yeah, I'd say. Well, you're not at the top player in the world, you probably should work harder.
I'll say everyone at the top has put in the hours at some point.
Or years.
7.5. You're good.
Yeah. Or buddy, like freaking 10.
Yeah. Because as much as I don't practice now, I have practiced a lot in the past. I mean, I you could talk to my mom about how many balls hit the window.
Just talk to me.
Well, you weren't at my house.
Yeah, but you would send me videos every freaking day. Check these out.
Yeah.
Regardless, talk to your mom's better source. But anyway.
Because I'd serve all the time when I was when I was figuring out the reverse or when I was doing things.
Yeah.
But now that I've have figured things out, I don't need to practice that much.
I mean, it's in there. It's data is saved. And I think to replicate it takes a lot less work.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I think it's different for every player because some players I know practice 5 days a week, still a few hours a day. But I think it's just
I'd also just rather play golf and pickleball than spike ball at the moment.
Yeah, at the moment. But I mean,
it's also tough because
it's also incentives wise. Like right now, we don't have a lot to train for.
Yeah.
Like Ryder's the best player in the world, and that's kind of like the coup de grace of Roundnet.
Yeah.
And I've been there before, and it was cool. But then when you're there, you're like, okay, now what?
Yeah.
So, honestly, I'm kind of in a happy place because I'm number 9 now. So, like, I have room to grind again.
There you go.
This one says, unless you're a coward. Are you a coward?
No.
Neither am I. So, nope. How Coleman is undisputably the GOAT. Well, we're going to disagree with that one. You said facts?
Well, Coleman said that was his friends that asked that.
Carry being allowed in first touch. We already saw that. How much work do you put in practice? What is your mindset going into it? Again, mindset, honestly, is pretty much, for me at least, everything. I think it's a big reason why Ryder is where he is because when he practices for a reason. He has a goal, myself included. But, like his lefty reverse, that's the thing he's been working on the past 2 weeks. And, like, he films and he goes at it.
Well, I've trained. It was like 2 days, but
whatever. Let's just say he's practiced the whole week. Anyway. Mindset wise, know what you're actually improving on, have goals. Equipment changes like new ball. What's your favorite restaurants and why? We'll just go with favorite restaurants. What's your favorite restaurant?
I don't have a favorite restaurant. I don't know.
For some reason, Taco Bell came to mind. It's definitely not my favorite, but it's definitely good. I don't know. Like, favorite restaurant is like some super sweet, like something's fishy or something where they cook all the food in front of you.
Ooh.
Let's see. When I buy a ball from Spike Ball, am I buying a Spike Ball or a Spike Ball ball? It's a good question.
It's a good question.
I have my vote.
You're buying what's your vote?
You tell me.
I think it's a spike ball.
Technically, it's a Spike Ball ball, but you are buying a Spike Ball.
Spike ball, yeah.
But it's definitely a Spike Ball.
Yeah.
So both. Which 4 players would result in the most entertaining, fun to watch game of Roundnet? And then I'll add on to this, what teams? And I'll ask you this because
what teams?
I'm curious what you would say.
You got to put Buddy in there.
Yep.
You got to put definitely not me or Joe.
Nope. Boring.
4 buddies would be great.
Yeah, but who? I would put, no, you answer. Buddy.
Garrett
Really?
plays great defense.
But also he's kind of a serve baller.
Garrett? No.
More so than Buddy and Jarrett and Fitzy and Dan.
That's your 4?
That'd be my 4.
Okay.
I'd put Buddy and Dan together, Jared and Fitzy.
All right, good answer.
Or just literally get Skylar Bowles. Like,
we tried that.
No, but I'm saying a bunch of people who are not pro anymore.
Oh.
And throw them in a game. Because honestly, they'd probably be better than even Fitzy. Because like Fitzy still is way better hitter than,
I
don't know. I'd get like 4 Buddy Hammonds who are way worse.
Sure. All right, next question.
Any ideas to make sure spike ball less serve ball and have long rallies? Yes, we have many ideas, but you don't need to hear them because we've talked about them. Will you ever come play in Italy? Yes, send us a message, but also fly us out there. Will Preston be joining Trash Roundnet? No, because I don't think they'll invite me in it. How much is too much?
45. Way too much.
I was going to say 13, but 45. Let's see. Let's skip through some of these. How many push-ups do I do in a day? I don't know. Depends. Sometimes I do 5. Sometimes I do 500. This is all the same stuff. What's going to be the next influential serve like the reverse? And I will ask you, do you think there will be one?
I don't think there will be another the reverse cut. I think what's next is just people learning a whole bunch of different serves. Because for me, the hardest people for me to receive is someone I've never seen serve before.
Yeah.
And I think if someone's able to have 15 different serves that they can land somewhat consistently, that's what's going to even more break the game.
Yeah. I'm thinking it's not. I don't think we're going to get another reverse. I think people will start serving high, serving low, targeting spots. And I think if people start watching more footage, like Frederick was talking the other day about how, like, when he jammed somebody, I forget who it was or whatever, but, like, he had, like, a 42% serve ace percentage with a just jam or whatever.
I do that, too, with my reverses.
Yeah. No, and I think
different hands.
I think it's the move.
Different hands. I mean, when I step out, I'm trying to hit that low, maybe less cutty reverse, whereas if I'm hitting a reverse from a little higher, it's going to jump more, but it's going to be higher and yeah.
I mean, I think like if people watch footage on me, for example, they would serve lefties because I don't like moving that much for lefties, and it aces me every single time.
I'm gonna cut that out.
No, you can leave it in. It's okay. I like teaching people to be me, as you already know. But no, I mean, I think that's kind of going to be the next serve revolution. Is like maybe we don't know that Frederick hates receiving, righty low cuts or something, whatever it is,
Yeah.
I think that's kind of the future of it. European Roundnet just says literally European Roundnet. I think European Roundnet's way better than it was. I think you have people like Benny, who we got to stay with, and Nelson and other guys that are kind of revolutionizing the game on that behalf. Let's keep moving things. What training do you guys do for speed and agility and injury prevention? Ryder, you can answer this one. Because I know you do a lot of training for speed and agility.
Why you gotta expose me like that? You couldn't even finish your sentence.
Well, I mean, I lift and stuff every day, but I don't do anything super particular. And honestly,
we're going to spin class tomorrow.
No, Wednesday, not tomorrow.
Oh, Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday. We're going to spin class. That's going to be Ryder's once a year injury prevention.
Okay.
Okay. Do we like the direction of spike ball / Roundnet is going at the moment? No. No, I don't. But I think it could vastly change quickly if things are taken to do so. Let's see.
If things are taken to do so.
If taken to do so, then this one's great. How to pickleball? If Ryder assists me, then yes. There's a lot of talk. I don't think we're going to do a YouTube. If we do one, I think maybe an Instagram page and kind of keep it to shorter Instagram-friendly things. I don't think doing a whole YouTube necessarily is the move with pickleball. Unless I was like a top 5 player or something, then maybe. But yeah. Let's see. Who's your favorite team as of now to win nationals?
How to Roundnet.
Come on. And Twins. $20. Come on. Let's see. Last 4 things. This says 2-inch no hit zone. I think I meant 2 foot.
Well, I think 2 inches is more than enough.
Yeah. Depends who you ask.
The perfect length.
Honestly, even 1 inch.
Even 1 inch
could be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought we should wrap it up a little.
We're wrapping up right
All
now.
right.
But Fitzy has a good question. What sports should Roundnet look like to model itself in order to grow and move towards professional sport?
Pickleball.
Boom. Okay, this is you can answer the last one, and then
something I'll say about pickleball is they've had someone come in and invest in the tournament scene, running.
They have billionaires investing.
They have billionaires investing.
3 of them.
Investing in the like tournaments and how they're run. Spikeball runs good tournaments, but having like great coverage and what was the question?
What sport should it model itself after?
They're doing like on social media. They're posting things like the fact that after a tour series, I don't know who wins. Right after, like, or there's no even podium picture posted somewhere, or clip some highlights and post them on an Instagram page, or have a blog that's like done more than a couple days after. Like that's So I think pickleball's doing that well, and
I mean, they're also like a newer sport. So the thing is, like, they're taking some action. Yeah. I think that's honestly what Spike Wings do, is just take some action in some direction. Not to saying they're not.
No, I think
they're doing a lot of good. I just also think there's always more to be done. So
I mean, there always is. Even with pickleball, it's like
I talk a lot of crap about spikeball, but also spikeball, and whatever. Okay, last thing. Mindset at tournaments. Do you try to stay calm or collected and hype, or what?
I don't know, just kind of play spikeball.
I feel like I play, but also for me, it's dependent on the point. There's definitely times where I do something crazy, and I'm like, let's get freaking hyped, just naturally. But I think it's one point at a time mentality, similar to many other sports. If I ace somebody, I'm not gonna like be like, oh, come on, like let's go Preston. It's more just kind of like take a breath, set up, do your thing, controlled whatever. But that's it we got for questions and everything. Any big anything else that you have to add?
No,
I don't really have too much. I mean,
so.
I'm excited for the year. I'm excited to play with you. I'm excited to get better myself. And one last thing. I mean, if there's anybody out there who wants us to come run a clinic or something, or if you have potential sponsorship leads for HTR, that's also a good thing. Yeah,
if you want to sponsor us, we'll happily take your money.
And you have $1 billion, just maybe send us a little bit, and then we could do HTR full time. Dude, imagine, that'd be sick. I think I'm chilling.
More content coming, hopefully. We've been gone. Preston's been gone a lot. I was gone, and then Preston was gone, so we haven't really had the chance to film or think of things to film, or I don't know. But I think we're filming a Know His Own video tomorrow, so look for that. I'll probably make a video from ATX. Yeah.
Lots of things in our brains. Now we just have to put them in action. Otherwise, we'll see you next time on Eavesdrop. Even though I want to say eavesdrop.
See ya.
Hey, deuces.